How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane, giving you a special late night. You can't even tell it's late night. You cannot tell. But I'm here to give you another Digimon Ghost Game episode review and recap. I stayed up so I could finish this one. It's episode 28, known as Face Taker. Boy, oh boy, the person who likes to thumbs down these videos, you're going to have a field day with me. I really hope, I really hope you give me a comment. I love a comment. Because, yeah, yeah. Before I go any further, I've asked for comments, so please, I need a like, I need you to subscribe, and I also need you to hit that notification bell so you can be notified of more videos just like this. Don't forget to share. Sharing is definitely caring. And unfortunately, in this episode, we are faced with a Digimon that does, well, I don't think he does too much sharing as opposed to taking. He does more taking than he does sharing. And I was so excited to jump into this. Didn't even pull up the images that I needed to. I'm so sorry, guys. This is why we do it live. Honestly, I don't know. What would I do if I had editing? Just edit this part out and put some other crazy thing in here? No. Everyone needs to see that we're all flawed and we're all human. And that's the issue with this one. So, without further ado, we got Kota, guy from the dorms. We all know Kota. He seems to be having the worst luck with getting effed up by Digimon because he's running through the graveyard. It's a shortcut to get to the dorms. He has this special edition doll that he wants. It's 2022 here, but it's probably 40, 90, 70, 22, whatever future they have in this uh, universe of the Digimon multiverse. And yes, it is a multiverse. Whatever future tech this is, dude has a doll, he likes it. Whatever. I'm not harping on that. But he's happy. He's trying to get there. He's full with emotion. And all of a sudden, a very familiar Digimon who I thought was a champion, but apparently he's not. Apparently he's an ultimate. He's like Ashura. It's Ashuramon, and there's a gold beetle with him, Kongomon, was also based off of. These are two Digimon that are based on Hinduism's gods. So before I show you these guys and talk about these guys, dude grabs him. Is like, I want your face. I want your excitement. Grabs his face. Where his eyes are, it's an Ashura mask, and there you go. Now, meanwhile, in the back alley, wait, no, not the back alley. Meanwhile, the next morning, Hero's like, I was supposed to hear from him last night, and Kirishiro's like, you let me know these things. I'm the dorm leader. I got to check up on you guys, right? And I like that he's responsible, and it's so weird that he's so, wimpy, like Shaggy went like way wimpier than Shaggy. With the whole man Scoob, these Digimon, these ghosts are crazy, but he takes his job as being the leader of the dorms very seriously. Interesting duality there. So he uses his overwrite code to get into Kota's room. Him and Hero checking up on him. Gamamon's there too, and he has on the Shura mask. And Gamamon takes off. He's like, "Oh, can I wear it?" Dude has no eyes. They're like, he has no face. He has a face with no eyes, and it's in the shape of that Ashura mask. And uh, Hero is touching on. He's like, "This isn't fake." And I love that Kiyoshiro's first move was like, "We need to tell the teachers. No, we need to tell his parents." And I love that Hero goes, "Hold on a second. This could be a Digimon thing. We need to take care of this." And Anamonaku, that's Hero's last name. Kota is just out of it. Like, they're talking to him. He's like, I don't care, blah, blah. Like, his personality has been ripped from him. And they do so well of questioning him, like, where were you when this happened? And he's like, graveyard. And I like that Kiyoshiro's like, why was he in the graveyard? Well, it's a short cut to get back to the dorms. And they're talking outside in the little common area. And he's like, wasn't he supposed to be doing chores? And Hero's like, yeah, he asked me to switch. And only in this episode will this come up again. Hero, as we have heard many times before, has a hard time saying no. Which, they're playing it up as a strength in this one. Take it from someone who has seen this before. always saying yes is not a good thing. Being open, like the movie Yes Man, starring Camry, really, starring Jim Carrey. Uh, Good movie. One of my favorite scenes is singing "Jumper" from Third Eye Blind. Um, it's to teach you to be more open. You don't say yes to everything. That's ridiculous. But teach you to be more open, and that's they have not addressed that with Hero. So let's go into this. Right here is the original art for Shuramon. Here's some updated for the Digimon Chronicle. Pretty cool looking guy, right? Look at the you see the blue and the faces, and yeah, I'm sorry it's blurry, but you know it is what it is until we get those 1,000 subscribers, so we can get better looking things, better things, so I can give you guys good pictures. This one's a little bit better, where you can see the blue face, the red face, and the yellow face. Let's read what this guy is all about. Now, on here, it's so funny. He is an ultimate level Digimon. I don't know why I thought he was a champion. Anyway, legendary Digimon, which possesses 4 arms. We all know Ashura. If you watch One Piece, you should know Ashura from Zoro, one of Zoro's moves. Um, Possesses 4 arms, 3 faces, and suddenly appeared when a computer was analyzing ancient Hindi with their cultural documents. Ashuramon's 3 faces: one is a face of wrath, one is mercy, and one is a face of blessings. Yellow is that of mercy, red is wrath, and blue is blessings. Contrary to its outer appearance, it honors justice. So it is said that it seeks injustice. If it sees an injustice, it will thoroughly attack without yielding, which is interesting because this thing is anything but just in here. It can certainly be said that its personality is like an avatar of God of Light, which Ashura from Yu-Gi-Oh, the card, one of my favorite cards. Yeah, it's a light type. Checks out. Its special move is Ashura Shinken, which is, think about Pegasus, Ryu Shinken, the multiple fists attack. It's an aura. Everybody loves an Oro. It's a punch rush unleashed from its 4 arms, which possesses the offensive power to completely annihilate the opponent itself. Naturally, when that is used while Sherman is using the face of wrath, it is at its strongest. First apparent was in Digimon Frontier, and it was the Guardian of the Fire area inside Sephirothmon. This thing is older than that. It's the picture I showed you is of the original uh, card art reference book. Like, it's been around since Digimon Pendulum. It just one of its earliest appearances is in Frontier. It is definitely an old mon. But let's talk about this gold beetle. Sorry about that. That gold beetle, who is definitely a Digi armor form. This is Kongomon. Kongomon is an armor level insect Digimon that digivolved through the power of miracles. I think this guy comes from Wormmon, yeah. It is a heavyweight power fighter with a metal body that shines gold all over. It brings about miracles with the Vajra. Those are Vajra in his arms. Indeed, this is very much a Hindi thing. The sacred weapons it holds in 6 hands, and is well versed in all divine works. It is said that Kungomon has been an agent of God on Earth since ancient times. Yeah. Separate from Angel Digimon. It has a special move is an intense barrage of Hirate unleashed from the 6 arms. Didn't see any of that. It also first showed up in Digimon Frontier. It threw the chosen children out of his restaurant. Okay. Also showed up in Digimon Savers, Cross Wars, and now Ghost Game. It is most certainly an older-ish Digimon, because like I said, Digi-Egg of Miracles, it showed up in the D3 Digivice, also showed up in the Vital Bracelet. Cross promotions. So, let us continue. We are at the alley, and for some reason, Digimon are talking about humans with no faces. And Gormon's sipping some tea, drinking the tea. There's a Mushroomon to those in the West, that has not stopping for tea like Floramon usually gives him. He's like, nah, I gotta go, blah, blah, blah. And he goes. And Goromon, well, the next morning, the crew, they check the graveyard area again. There's nothing to be had, and Goromon says he'll ask more about, the people that are losing faces back at the meetings. Ruli thinks it's weird that no one online is talking about it, especially on her website about strange things. And Hero has not found anything about it in the urban, I don't want to say urban dictionary, but the urban mythos website that he goes to. And Garamond says, well, Kota was pretty out of it, and they deduce that people who are getting their faces taken are just they can't move and they're so apathetic, they're not gonna do anything. And as a matter of fact, there could be more victims and they just don't know it. And we get a Japanese guy with dreads, which always weird to me when I see certain people wear dreads. But yeah, dreads. He does his first slam dunk. Good for you, buddy. One of Ashuramon's faces come over and says, "I like that. I want your face." Again, the evil Digimon for two things it's a hologram, but it's not. And he just runs up on him. Again, if I just had a random hologram of Ashura with four arms, like I want your face, I'm running. I don't care if it is supposed to be a hologram. Grabs him, takes his face, puts that face on the blue side. They take turns. Ashuramon is three faces, three minds. So they take turns on what faces they want. And they do a slam a jam, a slam dunk. Reminds me of Grandmama commercials in the 90s with a grandma. If you know, you know. Just doing a slam dunk, breaking everything. And Mushroom Mom is there. Mushroom Mon is there watching all this. And they see him. And even the Gold Beetle is there just kind of looking over the now Ashura faced kid. And they're like, nah, we can't let you go because we want to do this without being bothered. So they take him along even though he tries to leave. And Kota gets weaker because apparently it is said that the humans, for days and days, they get weaker and weaker and they get sicker. Turns out every time they use their face, that's what happens. And Kota's joy is making the thing get stronger and it's exploding with energy. And they force Mushroom on, I'm just gonna say that, to take them to more places that have more faces. Kyo and Ruli, they go back to the graveyard, and actually he forced Mushroom on to take him back to the place where he got the face of Kota, which is weird because for some reason it made him overflow with power, but it was so weird because why would Mushroom on know what that is? But who cares? They go back. Jellymon has gone off to do other things. I guess she's also doing her own investigating thing. And Kiyoshiro asked Ruli and Goromon to go because he didn't want to go by himself. Well, poof pow surprise, here's Ashuramon, takes dude's face. And then we have Goromon just doing the block for Ruli. And I say to myself, man, Goromon, you are trash because you couldn't defend this other guy. Really, man, I get it. Maybe he moved too fast. Whatever. But Ruli has courage and she's standing up. She's like, give him back his face. I want your face too. All right, here we go. We got face of fear and face of courage. And just beats the heck out of Ngoromon. Like, just get out of here. Takes Ruli face. Her face gone. Kongomon, he's like, Ngoromon's like, all right, it's a sure amount of Kongomon. I know you too. Sees the Mushroom Mon's like, I recognize that too. Mushroom Mon runs off. When they get back, when Hero gets back with Kirishiro's body, he's like, darling, I told you, why didn't you just wait for me? Which makes a lot of sense. Why didn't you just wait for your Digimon partner? Who knows? So, Hero's getting the lowdown on Ashuramon from, what's my guy called? And Goromon. Pardon me. I didn't realize he was an ultimate. Whew, pardon me, that was rude. I didn't know he was an ultimate. I actually thought it was a champion, but okay, whatever. Tells him about the three faces. I told you about the three faces. Strong sense of justice, which is just weird because he is an a-hole in this. So Jellymon says while they look for the guy, she's gonna take care of Kirishiro, which makes sense. I thought they would have called her back to help. We gotta remember, like during the snowplow episode, we saw Tesla Jellymon work with Ruli, and Ruli was able to give her commands. I was thinking maybe we would have a thing where it's like Hero ends up going, hey, wait a minute, I'm getting you guys' moves too. We can do this, right? Nope. So, Ashurumon's using Shiro's face. makes him weaker. Uh, he asks Kangama, he's like, I want to use more faces. Give me the other face. Gets Ruli's face and gets overflowed with power. He's like, oh, all of this courage, which I like that she's the one of courage. That makes a lot of sense. I can see that. And he's like, they have hundreds of faces in this portal, mind you. There are hundreds of faces. So this guy has attacked kids and people before. Keep that in mind. So again, he's like, I want more faces. He goes in a coffee shop, he goes into stores, he breaks into people's houses, taking faces. Everybody's faces he takes. No discrimination. Just I want that face, this face, that face. Then he sees a soccer game on TV. He's like, where are all those faces at? Mushroom Man was like, yeah, that's a stadium. Humans hold sporting events there. He's like, can you tell me how to get there? I don't know how to get there. Get out of my way. At this point, Mushroom Man was like, cool. I didn't want to be with this stuff anyway, and runs off. Again, what's weird is Sherman's like this tall. Mushroom Man's like this tall, like a big rounded. I don't know if the aspect ratio is supposed to look like that. That's one of the weird. That's one of the few inconsistencies in art I've seen. Because outside of story, the art for Digimon Ghost game is great. So, like this picture here of Kano Weissmon in mid attack looks pretty cool to me. But okay. Anyway, they find Mushroomon because Angormon's like, I heard this is your den. Tells where dude's going. He's like, he wants to go to a stadium to grab people's faces. Hero thanks him. He's like, because he straight up said, I don't want nothing to do with this. I didn't even want it. I wasn't even trying to help him. And he was like, it's cool. You told me where we're going. Gamamon turns into House Gamamon. It's time for fly time. Zip, zip, zip. And Gormon with the propeller. They are one fine flying fighting team. Sherman's already there. He has grabbed a bunch of faces of the guards, and before he can get in there, they get there. Hero does the double tap, sends them to the sandy area, and Sherman's like, I don't hear the cheers anymore. Where's my faces? All right, cool. They're trying to get close to him. They can't get close to him for an attack, and Gormon uses his ears to make a sandstorm. They're still not doing much work, but oh, here comes one of the best things. Kaus Gamamon turning into Kano Weissmon. Again, I will say it until I'm blue in the face that I love that at least these three, I don't know about the evil form, but at least his three other forms of Gamamon can turn into that one ultimate. That pure genius. Love it. So, he had to turn to Kano Weissmon because dude grabbed Angormon by the head. He's like, I don't want your face. I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna make you gone. Saves him and does this little Fisher move to stab him. And he's asked him, "Is this your form of justice, like taking people's faces?" And he said, "I only learned about human faces once I got here." Well, no shit, Sherlock. I only have three faces. I only have three emotions. But humans have all these emotions. It's like you realize everybody's face is more than just one emotion. You're catching them at one time. You do realize emotions are a state of being and not a constant state of being. Pretty dumb. I don't know how you got to your ultimate level. Mind you, in Japanese, ultimate level is called perfect. So when an adult / champion level Digimon wins a bunch of battles, it gets to this point. What the heck became you? Because you obviously do not understand states of being. Okay. Again, there's no talking to them. He doesn't care. They want to experience everyone's emotions. Does the Dragonian move. He does the Sure Shinken. And they're clashing. And Hero's like, just a little bit more. And they maxed out on his Vital Bracelet. And instead of him going all the way to rookie form, he goes back into Kaos Gamamon. And, Hero stands between him and Ashuramon. Ashuраmon's like, I'm going to take that face. And he takes his face. The red Wrath form puts on Hero's face. And the aura is so huge. It's big. And Hero's emotion is, I'm going to protect you, little brother. And he's like, this is what it means to protect someone. Okay. And then Goramon's like, we got to do something. I'm like, wait a minute. And Goramon's like, wait a minute. Hey, can you give back everybody their faces? And he's like, okay. Tells Kangomon to get back their faces. And then Goremon's like, ha, I knew it because Hero could never say no. Wow. He said, oh, by the way, can you give Hero back his face? Okay. And then he realized he got tricked. And he's like, what do you mean you tricked me from my faces? Blah, 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 blah. And Goromon invites him to come to the meeting so he can understand human emotions and learn about them without taking people's faces. And then he's like, yeah, me and Kongomon can do that. Where Kongomon is an avatar of the gods on Earth. So, of course, he's its attendant for whatever reason, but doesn't fight. Um, as he getting back to faces, it's fun. One of the funny things is Jellymon drew anime eyes on Kirishiro. Very funny. He's like, "All right, darling, you look normal now," but everybody gets their faces back. Really wakes up with her face. Everybody gets their faces. Kota is hungry because he wasn't eating when he had his face gone. and and Goremon's saying is the face is the window to the soul. That's not true. It's called the eyes. A house without a window is not a house. Sure it is. It just doesn't have a window. Don't remove them, don't replace them. Hero doesn't know what happened. I said WTF. Next time it's going to be called, we got little spider plants attacking people. Giant ultimate plant dinosaur from the Vital Bracelet. Blah, 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 blah. I initially wanted to give this a 2. I'm going to give you a 2.5 out of generosity because there was a funny moment. There was the cows turning into Kano. But Hero's flaw, because always saying yes is not a good thing. Hero's flaw, his one personality trait, always saying yes. And see, I would have thought his one personality trait was just wanting to be helpful. But every few episodes, they want to sprinkle in. He can never say no. I give it a 2.5 to be generous. And I usually do applaud finding different ways of beating the enemy. But I would rather them just destroy Ashuramon. He knowingly hurt people and knowingly ruined lives for his own betterment. It's no different than my oldest Mon. I know Digimon, no different than Digitamamon, which, again, and Goramon, Simba and Goramon, Kill Stiller, whatever. But you still got rid of him. The Splashmon thing was kind of funny, and I applauded you because I'm like, we need to see Black Gatomon anyway. So I gave some leeway with that one. We gotta get these other people their ultimate forms. We gotta. Yeah, it's 2.5 out of 5 for me. Um, Slightly below average because just the way they solved it. I don't know how I feel about the way they solved it. My initial feelings were just like, this is dumb. And now that I'm kind of cooled down talking about the episode with you guys for the last 23 minutes, I'll give it 2.5. It's it's not like we were doing a good job of being like, yeah, we got to get rid of these things. Or if we can't, here's one of the guys who may have been bringing them over here. We're going to have him, have Blacktailmon take care of this, right? But yeah, tell me what you think. Person who likes to thumb me down, please. Am I being too harsh? Am I not appreciating them trying to do something different? I mean, that's my thing. For the last 20, we're going to episode 29 right now. I won't even include the last 4 episodes, right? For the last 23 to 24 episodes, we have gotten, all right, they leave on their own accord, or we fix the problem and then they just happen to go away. Although we don't kill Cherrymon because Cherrymon is actively eating people. But the thing fixes itself. Now that we have the power to get rid of these things, we go, oh yeah, by the way, you've had this form for 3 episodes. Yeah, episode 4 maxes out. The F? The F? Isn't this too early to max out on it? Who knows? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Please do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe. We're trying to get to 200 subscribers, and then we're going to go further beyond that. please take time to hit that notification bell to be notified of more videos just like this one. And don't forget to share the video so others can see what a great time we're having. As always, my peoples, thank you for taking some time out to listen to me talk about the things that we all care for and enjoy. Like, like it's been said many times before, you critique things and you're hard on things that you like and that you love and that you see potential in. This show, this series, Ghost Game, has potential. I just wish they had better direction and better writers. So, yeah, that's it. Be good, be blessed. Wash your hands, wear a mask, be safe out there. Be good to yourself, be good to others. Either way it goes, don't be a jerk. And I will most definitely see you guys next time. Here's hoping that Gulas Gamamon can turn into Kano Weissmon, which is weird because Gulas Gamamon is pretty dang strong. He seems like he has he's a dark champion with the power of an ultimate. So maybe he'll turn into Skull Kano Weissmon. Ooh, yeah, I know you like that one because I like it too.